So my name's Alec Ness, I'm the Health and Safety Director of Savills. I've been with the business just over 8 years now. Savills is a FTSE 250 business based in London. We actually have over 7,000 staff based in the UK. We carry out a full range of services across land and property, and that includes residential sales and lettings, the management of commercial and residential properties and the management of land. What it means is a lot of our people are out on their own a lot of the time. For example, sitting here with you now, we literally will have hundreds of people working on their own in other people's property and in other people's land. They also need to get to these places. So for example, a town and city-based lettings and agency teams could literally do 10 or more visits a day, all with different people, and all of this in the main is done on their own. So one of the things we've always focused on as a business, and it's very important to Savills, and I know every business says this, but our business truly is a people business, and that is protecting our lone workers. So any additional layer of control that we can bring in to help them, such as an easy to use and effective lone working management system, is something as a business that we would always have been interested in. And we're very pleased that when we came into contact with Zecure about what they offered us. The key thing for us is it's all based around the use of the mobile phone. It's something that everybody needs in our business, so we're carrying that anyway. One of the other features you look at when you take on a product such as Zecure is the management capability and functionality of the system. It's got a very easy to use dashboard functionality. What I have to say has been tremendous is the help that we've been giving and getting familiar with that, and that's down to Sharika. Absolutely joy to work with. She brings actually a lot of energy to the role, which I think is very important as well. So should we wish to, we have the ability to look at user details, user reports, find out where we maybe need to do some retraining with a particular team and get them back and just familiar again with using the app.
My name is Claudia Farmer. I joined Savills last year in August of 2020, and I support Alec Ness in the Health and Safety Department, mainly on an administrative basis. So Savills as a business is really interested in people and they care about their staff, and that's why this lone working application works so well with Savills as a business, because we're keen on ensuring that our staff feel safe in their daily activities. And because it is such a user-friendly and seamless application, that's worked well for us because we've not left it to the last minute to address the needs of our colleagues.
And what really impressed me about the Zecure offering is the flexibility of costing. So the price model is a monthly subscription. And although we've never had to do it, we know if there was some reason, for example, recently in lockdown, if we had to suspend our activities, we could pause the funding of the product.
So another feature that we really enjoy is the fact that you can log into the application and let it be running in the background, but also that the user has the ability to log in at a specific given point in time. So that helps deter from that feeling of that Big Brother is watching you. Another feature that we really like is the compatibility with Bluetooth wearables. So it can just come on a wrist strap, and it looks really polished actually. You wouldn't probably know that it's on your wrist or attached to a piece of clothing that you have. But we feel this is something that suits us as a business, especially because for some of our staff or viewers that are going out on viewings, you could find yourself in a position where you need to raise the alarm, but you want to do so in a really discreet manner. And having that option available to our staff is just another way of saying that we care about their personal safety.
So one of the best features of the Zecure app is the automatic evidence capture. So raising an alert automatically triggers audio and video in the mobile phone. And we know that this is something that could prove to be incredibly useful in terms of evidence gathering purposes, possibly even by the police. But what it does mean that the 24/7, 365 monitoring centre is as fully aware as anyone could be remotely of what is actually happening with one of our employees. One thing that I was struck by immediately was how good the 24/7, 365 days a year monitoring centre are. So we ran a number of tests when we initially took the product on. Obviously we did a pilot study and so on, and their responsiveness has been absolutely fantastic. One of the most significant advantages of the Zecure app is the fact that it operates every day of the week, at the weekends, when remember a lot of our people are actually doing property viewings, okay? Now what is important about that is traditional loan working systems are based upon buddy groups. Well, those buddies often aren't there. Actually, the colleagues maybe aren't at work or in the office. And certainly I, in a central health and safety support role, nobody can say they're truly available 24 hours of the day, 7 days a week. But the app brings that with the 24/7 monitoring centre, alarm receiving and monitoring centre. What gives me fantastic peace of mind is to know that it doesn't matter when one of my colleagues may unfortunately run into difficulties, they will get the support that they do require or maybe need from a particular incident.
So my name is Verity Wakely. I work in the Sloane Street office for Savills. I'm a sales negotiator here. Safety was a massive aspect for me before I took the role. I think it was definitely in the forefront of my mind, and I'd never lived in London, so just the aspect of moving to the big city, I grew up in Somerset, for me that was one layer, but then the thought of being on my own and potentially, going to properties that were completely vacant in areas that I didn't necessarily know. Zecure for me is a massive part of my role. I know that if I go and meet someone that I've never met before in a property that is vacant, I'm being monitored, and if something happened to me, someone would know where I am. It's just an extra level of safety and security, and it does make me feel a lot more comfortable doing my job. So I tend to use the meeting feature. For me, if I'm going to meet a client, I can put a timer on that meeting, and I know that if something happened, someone would be alerted. So for me, that's a real sort of comfort for me, and that's probably the feature that I use the most. So before reviewing, I might have to grab 3 sets of keys, I might have to grab brochures. So knowing that the app is on your phone, it's not an extra element you have to add to your day. It's there, it's ready to go, and you just take it with you.
One of the other great aspects that the Zecure app brings is actually that evidence that we as an employer actually care about our employees, we care about our staff. So not is it just about the physical security of staff, but it's about caring for their well-being, their mental health, and emotional good health. So should they inadvertently be in a situation where they're potentially at risk, we know as a business we've done something to give them that assurity that we care about them. And that today is more important than ever.